Hello everyone and welcome to Matt the Dragon Railways and welcome to this weathering video. Today I've got a brake van as my victim, a Hornby Railroad 20-ton brake van. Do excuse the muffled voice if it's noticeable, as I am currently having a cold as time of filming. So anyway, I'm going to try and detail this up, make it look really nice, and it should hopefully become a really good brake van. So anyway, I'm going to actually start off with painting all these handrails and basically bringing out some details as per the prototype. So I'm just going to get my masking tape and I'm going to mask up some areas loosely. I'm just going to paint that and then just keep going over loosely masking areas and carefully painting them. And I will time-lapse it for you. So enjoy the time-lapse. So I have done half of it. I've done these ends, as you might have seen. I didn't use masking tape for most of it actually. I found it easier just doing it by hand, but lamp brackets and all the handrails. This side is going to be done when that side's dry. So I've just got to wait for that to dry off and then I can start this other side. But we can do something else whilst we wait. And that's the footboards. Now on here you may notice the footboards, and they're plain black, and in real life they're made of wood. And what I decided to do is to actually give it that wooden effect, and I don't actually have any paints or anything to simulate that colour, and I thought it'd be a bit of a pain masking and all that. So my decision was to get a coffee stirring stick, and I shall use a black wash on it and try and darken it down and that. And then what I'll do is using some poly cement, glue it on the top of the current footboard, and then that'll do. So I've only cut one to size, because I thought I'd show you what I done. So to start off with, you have this rounded end on the coffee stirrer. Excuse the plaster, I cut my finger yesterday. And just snipped it, and it shall go flying into nowhere if I can get the right grip. And that's gone on to another layout. And after that I measured it up to that, but I might as well go along with this one and just with a pencil roughly draw the line. That's a great line, isn't it? Nice and straight. Right. And just go back with the pliers and try and cut it. And now that's shot either end of the room, so I've got to go and find that. So I have just finished painting this side. You can see I've got over the lines a bit, which is annoying, but it will probably help with the next stage. I've just realised I missed out a couple of bits of white to pick out, but I can do that in a second off camera. So anyway, what I'll do next, and I will show you, is give all this a black wash. Now, this actually just gets all this black wash all in the grooves, and then you wipe over the main surface, and it stays in the grooves and dries up, and then it really helps make all the grooves and that stand out. Now on an older wagon like this, because this has fairly old tooling, and basically, even though it's got plenty of detail, you can't see it that well. So doing this actually helps you see it a lot better. So yeah, I'll just finish off those 3 bits I've done, well I haven't done, and on the other side I haven't done that, and then I will do this black wash. I just remembered, I forgot to tell you, I've done these boards. I decided to go with the faint texture. It'll look quite nice. I've just finished painting those bits up and then just realised. But yeah, that's what they will look like. Not that side, this way up. I think it'll look nicer like that. Like a bit of wood that's been fairly, not long ago, replaced. So yeah, I just painted up those details. I forgot about one thing, which is up here, which should be grey for concrete. I'm just going to paint that grey. In fact, I think I'll do it just before I do the black wash. So all I'm going to do is mix this current paint with the white I've got, and just paint over there and try and avoid up here. Masking tape would be a good idea, wouldn't it? So I shall get onto that. And I'm going to try and avoid these edges if I can, but if I can't, I'm not going to bother touching all that up. So yeah, I'm just going to try and get a strip of masking tape down there and just paint that grey. So I think I've got the right colour, but I don't know if I've made enough of the mix, because there's basically just enough to go on the brush. But apologies if my finger's getting away, but I'm just going to start painting it. Not too bad. I've made a bit of a mess of this job, but let's be honest, the purpose is to make it into a messy wagon, so it doesn't matter too much. Anyway, so I'm going to let all that dry for probably about half an hour whilst I edit what I've done so far, and then I'll get back to you with the black wash and final stuff like gluing the boards on and some final weathering. So yeah, I'll be back in a second. So yeah, the paint has now dried. It's not the best here, it's a bit liney. The other side's alright, the colour underneath is showing through, but that's my fault for not really putting any primer on it. But I don't have any primer on me, sadly. So anyway, I'm going straight onto the black wash. It's the mix I used earlier for these pieces of wood here. And all I'm going to do, in fact, I'm going to add some more black because it's had mixes of grey and white in it, sadly, but not much, just I think just one, because at the end of the day it's only in there to pick out. So the camera just went flat, so you may notice a different audio and picture quality as I am using one of my other cameras. So yeah, as I was saying, I was gonna start with this black wash, and all I'm gonna do is get the brush in here, and I'm just gonna go like that over the whole thing, which it does sound brutal, doesn't it? But eventually all this wash will go all in the nooks and crannies of the breakvan. It probably could have done being a bit thicker, couldn't it? But I'll just give it a few minutes like that. And then I'm just, like I said, give it a few minutes at the moment, and what I'll do is I'll just wipe over it like that. But because this is a bit on the watery side, I'm going to let that soak in a little bit and wipe it off, and I might go on to making a fresh batch of black wash. So yeah, I'll be back in a second again. So I do think that has done something. You can't really see on this camera, but I have made a fresh batch of black wash, and I'm gonna go over it again. Oh, that's much better. So yeah, this is how it should be. So yeah, I'll just get all in those grooves, and it's totally black now, isn't it? So I'll leave that for about a minute, and then I'll wipe it off, and then I'll do this side, and of course around the other side. And I might have a go on the roof, I don't know yet, because I've got another trick for the roof. Right then, shall we see what it looks like now? Let's just wipe over and get rid of, there you go, and hopefully it's gone in these nooks and crannies fairly well. And I've just seen it's removed my wonderful handrail painting. So yeah, I'll have to go over that, but I'll do that after I film this video. So yeah, if you do this yourself, do the black wash first. I should have thought about that. So yeah, I'll have to redo that myself. Anyway, that's come out alright. It looks nice and grubby now, so I'm going to just go do the other side, like so. Cry the fact that, you know, me paints come off, so I've got to redo all that. That's a bit annoying, but hey ho, it happens to us all. So yeah, I'm going to leave that for probably 2 minutes actually. I'm actually going to set a timer on my watch for 2 minutes and I shall come back and wipe that off. So it's 8 seconds till this says done, and yeah, I can already see that it's soaked in quite well, and yeah, it's time to do it up now. That's been 2 minutes, so let's get the wonderful tissue. Watch all that wonderful painting I done earlier disappear, and yeah, probably could do longer, couldn't it, really? But to me, that's done alright. I'm going to wipe downwards as well, so any excess is looking like it's running down the side. But yeah, that looks really nice actually, quite nice and mucky. It's actually gone inside, which is a bit annoying, but I can just get a tissue through on that, and I'll do that off camera. And I'll do the other ends off camera for you, and then I will actually maybe touch up these handrails and then get back to you about the footboards and the roof. Well, I've got to say, that is absolutely terrible, that paint sticking up and all that. Yeah, that will have to be redone, but I'll do it another day when I'm feeling a bit better. So yeah, anyway, I'll get on to the other sides. That one's been done, you can't really see it that well. When the other camera's back and charged up, I shall show you with that one, but yeah, it's going okay. Not the best though. Right then, so I've just switched back to the other camera now. It has a little bit of battery on it, so you can have a better look at what it's like and see my very mucky hands. It's not the best, but if I'm honest, that could probably look like concrete splashed up from a mistake and they never got rid of it and what have you. Try and make up in my mind the smudging's not the best, and you know, but it's a very run down brake van. That could be paint that's chipped and all that. Well anyway, I'm gonna start on weathering powders as such. I'm actually using some makeup stuff that I have definitely not ran away with from someone. Never tell your mothers or your other halves that you've nicked their whatever that is, makeup stuff. Anyway, so that's why I haven't stuck on the boards, because I've got a rusty colour that can be put over here. But first I'm going to do the roof, I think. I've done this before, but I don't remember it that well. And yes, it sits quite loose on here, but well, that doesn't do anything on the roof, does it? That is probably quite a similar colour to the actual roof, so ignore that. Let's have a go with this whatever. What is this stuff called? I don't know. Is it eye stuff? I think it is. Just take it, don't ask what it is. There you go. Not the best, is it? But do you know what would actually be useful? An actual makeup brush, of which I use for dusting real locomotives. So I'll be back. Here we go. One of the makeup brushes I got for dusting. That other one's a bit too soft. What's it called? Paintbrush. That's the one. But, that's better. We want a nice bit of orange in there to simulate some rust and muck. If you look at photos of the real thing, it's all in there. Just blend it in a bit and get it everywhere. This will probably eventually all come off, so you'll have to redo it, but it's something, isn't it? I'm going to get some greys in there, maybe some white, maybe some greys in the... I don't know, I'm just experimenting really. But that looks nice and mucky now, so I'm going to just flip it to the other side and repeat the same thing. And it does, well, shouldn't take long, should it? It's an alternative to weathering powders though, so it's quite useful. So yeah, I'm just finishing that off now and blending some more of that orange up here. You know, just, and I think that is a very good dusting, and that's actually done a good job. I'm going to try on the roof again now. I've got a better brush. I might blend it in with some white as well, and hasn't really done anything, has it? Let's get a... It's very much the same colour, isn't it? So let's try the white. I think that's done something. It's at least changed the colour, but it hasn't done anything major to the breakvan. I keep going to say wagon. There we go, that white's doing something. I think you can definitely tell that that tin has been used now, because there's just a powdery mess everywhere, isn't there? Let's get whatever I've knocked on the floor and get it in there, and I think that's actually done a really good job. In fact, I'm very pleased with that finish. I didn't think I'd get that. Now it's time to quickly run away with that and hide it. Now I'm going to actually bring it up to the camera and let you have a look. Not really anything on the roof, is there, but it's got underneath. It'll do. I'm just going to brush on the top of these footboards now, because I'm actually going to attempt to finally get round to gluing them down. So I'm going to pick my favourite side. Probably this side, because this one's the better painted part. I'm just trying to decide what end is best, probably this side. So I just need to, end is clogged. I don't even know what you can see and what you can't see. There you go. And I'm just gonna put some glue on here. As you can tell, I'm probably, well, as you can probably tell, I am rushing at this point. I'm trying to get this job done. I'm eager. I want to get it all done, tidied up and life sorted. So, you know. Right. I'm definitely an expert, aren't I? So there you go, that side is now glued, and I just held them together with pegs, and I went and redone another one because the other side was actually too big, and I'm just going to glue that on there now. So I need to make sure I got the right side up, which is that one. So I'll just flip him round and I shall get the glue on him using the poly cement. My hand's probably in the way. So there we go, and I'm just gonna pick it up and hold it down like that. My hand's in the way, and then just like that I'm gonna slide him along. Ooh, make sure he's down, clip, and peg him. Ooh, all them powders drop. There we go. Oh, you're out of focus. But, yep, there you are. And I'll just leave that to dry and then put it down on the layout. So there's the brake van down on the layout. And I must say, it looks quite good. I actually am quite pleased with how it came out, considering at the start I started doubting myself. So anyway, yeah, it looks quite nice. So if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more like this, please do leave a like. Comment down below what you'd like to see done on the workbench, you know, or just saying hello. And share this with your friends, and please consider subscribing to the channel. It means a lot. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I shall see you all next time. Cheerio for now.